Cutting edge scale guys, Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video guys, we're here with something a little different to my usual. I usually do videos kind of reviewing weapons and messing around PvP with builds or whatnot, and PvE, just having some fun in the game. But today we're going to take it back and do a guide review, because realistically this has been annoying me for the last season or two, and it's going to be about random world drops. So if you don't know, I reviewed of course the Rust Arago already, the Parabellum. They are brand new weapons in the world loot pool this season. There is also the Mercado 45, which is an LMG with Onslaught, which is dope, and the Crux Termination 4, which is aggressive frame sort of rocket launcher. These are the 4 new weapons that were added to the world loot pool, but you can't really farm out for them. You got to get lucky with RNG, and there's only one word to describe the RNG in these weapons, and it is legit just ass. It's absolute cheeks. The RNG on these freaking weapons is so bad that last season, I think the Nox Perennial, I got like 2 rolls before the end of the season. And I played pretty much the whole season. That's how bad the RNG is in these. But thankfully, one of my subscribers, Cholo Simpandia, I hope I said the name right, they did let me in on the little secret that they did have that you can actually do to kind of farm out for it. Now, it's not exactly going to be the best farm in the world, kind of like the Lost Sectors is for the old weapons, but it's definitely a really solid farm because I've gotten more rolls probably already of the weapons, the world loot pool weapons, the new ones, than I did all of last season. But yeah, Cholo Simpandia, this is completely his thing. As I said, if you want to thank him for everything, please do, because he told me about it. I would have no idea about it. But the way this works is basically if you do have crossplay enabled, and you have an account that's linked to, of course, your main account that doesn't have any licenses attached to it, mainly the Witch Queen license. If you got an account with no licenses though, it's free to play basically. You can go to the throne world and end up in the freaking where the castle is in the throne world, and you can farm high value targets. Now the high value targets spawn in and around every like 5 to 7-ish minutes. It's not too long honestly waiting, but each time you kill one of these, if you have no license on the account, you will be given a random world drop. So it can be anything from the world pool. Of course, it could be weapons, it could be the armor and everything, but it can also be the 4 brand new weapons. And honestly, this is by far the best farm I've seen for it. People do spam the terminal overload because you can do the same sort of thing, but these high impact or these high value targets, they spawn so frequently. And you can just chill, like you can see in these clips. I'm just chilling. I'm just sitting there waiting until I see something happen. I even tabbed out or went out to my PC for a while, just had the PlayStation run in the background, and then I'd hop back on, have a look, and there'd be a high value target in front of me. You could legit just with this one, chill out whilst you're doing it, casually grind it, do something else while it's happening, waiting for high value targets. And each time you grab the chest, you will be given a random world drop. Now, if you do have licenses on your account, like you have the Witch Queen license or something, these chests will give you, of course, Witch Queen sort of weapons. So you'll see you get like the herring and everything, the rocket launcher, you get like the forensic, whatever. You will get them if you do have licenses on the account, and that's why you want to have an account with none, because it just bloats the pool as well, and also you want to be kind of guaranteeing yourself stuff. And the other thing you can do as well is that every time you kill a high value target, you can quickly hop in your Sparrow and leave the area and go back and try your luck again with the chest. Now, realistically, you're only going to get 1 chest when you kill it. You leave, you come back, you get another one. You're not going to have enough time to probably go back and come back in. The chest despawns rather quickly, so you'd only get probably like 2 per high value target. But as I said, the target spawns so frequently, you can just sit there and wait. And as soon as you hear any noise, or as soon as you hear that, like, or see one and everything, go over, kill it real quick, jump in and out. Once you collect 2 chests, go sit back in a corner somewhere and then wait again. As I said, I know Cross has made a video on how to farm the random world drops, and if you want basically the old world drops, of course Lost Sectors will be the best way to do it, and he has a really in-depth guide on every single one of those old weapons, old season or old world drops. So definitely check out his video if you want to kind of see the drop rates and everything and how you can kind of get them. But this method actually does give you some of the old world drops as well, so you kind of be grinding them at the same time if you want to. But it definitely lets you get a chance at getting one of the 4 new random world loot pool weapons. As I said, it is going to be a lot of RNG still, but this is by far and away so much better than it was, of course, last season. Last season, as I said, I got like 2 Nox Perennials. 2 freaking Nox Perennials after like 3-4 months of freaking grinding. I will say disclaimer as well, if you are going to be doing this method, make sure you are where I am in the throne world, kind of where the castle area is, because if you do this elsewhere, there might be times where you kill a high value target and they drop absolutely nothing. It seems to be the ones that are in this castle area always will be dropping a random world drop if you have no licenses, and it is actually really, really solid. I got a Parabellum. I got 2 Parabellums. I got like 3 of the Crux Terminations. I got 4 Mercados 45s. That's the wrong name, but the Mercado 45s. I got like 4 of them. And I got 1 Rust Arago. And that was after about probably an hour and a half of grinding, which is about 6 or 7 different of these world drops, which honestly, compared to, as I said, the usual grind if you want to do it, isn't too bad. As I said, you can do the overload terminal if you want to, but that requires you to actually be active and actually fighting and doing stuff. Whereas this one, as I said, you can go AFK. You can AFK farm this a little bit. Of course, you got to kill the high value target, but you can legit have it on the other screen. Just side glance every like 4 or 5 minutes. Just look over, see if the high value target's up. If it's up, you go kill it. If it's not, you just go back to kind of do what you're doing. I will say as well, for people who are on Steam thinking that you can probably just disable the DLC, that actually does not work in Destiny 2. I actually tried it out myself. If you disable them, if you go into, of course, the Steam properties and everything and try deselect the Witch Queen, it will still be tied to your account. It seems to be account based, obviously, on Steam and everything. It's not really about what you deselect and anything like that. Same with console. There's no real way of deselecting it from your console account. So the only way to do this is legit to hop on a secondary account that has no licenses on it. But as I said, this is legit one of the best ways of doing it. There's no other real way I can kind of see that would be effective. Terminal overload is there if you want to use, of course, the same method with no licensed account. But for the most part, this is definitely the most effective way for me to do it. So thanks again to Cholas and Pandia. As I said, it is all them who told me about it and everything. I think I seen them in the cross video commenting on it as well. But this is definitely the best way of farming these random loot pool weapons. Not the kind of ones from the lost sectors, but the brand new ones. The ones that are just the worst RNG in the world. Honestly, it's such a pain in the ass you have to do it this way, but it's definitely the best way. But regardless, if you like the video, show us a like, and you want to see more content, subscribe, and fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.